Jasmine and Mary may have been angels sent to save me in Malta. A very ordinary encounter, but there are so many deep understanding left me full of feelings. When I left Malta, I kneeled down to Mary, which is the most important ceremony on our side. But I think even I do it for them every day, it's not enough. They did save my life and give me a new one. Years later, I learned that as Jasmine circled the stroller, our fates had been linked and could never be separated. From the day I landed at Malta airport, my heart be destined to split in two, half in Malta and half in China. Mary loves to laugh, keep the house clean and tidy. I can do housework to see her work feel very magical. She like a magician to clean up the messy room. When I first go to her house, I watched her do everything, including washing the baby bottles. I just sit on the couch and watched her do it. But I was afraid that the more I helped, the more chaos it will cause. Sometimes I leave my work clothes at her home. She will wash them clean, and then unfold them well for me. The smell of flowers wafted from the clothes. Jinjin says it's Maltese flavor, maybe because there's a lot of sun in Malta. The clothes and the bedding have a nice smell of sunshine and aromatherapy. In 2018, we stayed in Mary's home in Malta. Mary always keeps our clothes and irons Jinjin clothes flat. She ironed the folds of Jinjin folding skirt one by one. I never knew that folding skirts can be ironed. Mary makes white chocolate milk for Jinjin, who loves it so much that she makes it for her every day. One for Jinjin and Maya each day. Jinjin can eat a large plate of rabbit meat made by Mary. When we come back, she won't eat it, but I can't do it. And I can't find a shop that does that. When we travel to other parts of Europe, we took cheap flights to save money. She always got up in the middle night to take us to the airport. She had to get up at 3 or 4 o'clock. When we come back, always in the middle of the night, she would pick us up with her car. My Maltese license is expired and I can't drive. She picked up us everywhere. That's the way she is, always full of energy to help us put the things in order. Maya has music and math classes. Mary picked them up. Sometimes spend hours on the road and waiting for Maya to leave school, but she still loved to do it. Mary still fed Maya when she was 3. I used to be against feeding children, but now I feed them as much as they can when they are malnourished or have a bad appetite. When Maya was 3 years old, they going to quit pacifier, but she's crying all night. At that time, they are on a boat. Mary even got off their boat and went to shops, knocked the door to buy her pacifiers at midnight, and got a Disney ticket for her birthday present. When I returned to China, I entrusted the Guanyin Bodhisattva I invited to Malta to Mary. She put Jesus and Guanyin Bodhisattva opposite. The gods of the East and the God of the West bless us together, which is very special favor. Mary always encourages me to say how good my English is, but I want to tell a joke. I don't know the English of the introduced and the parents until a few months ago when I was doing subtitles. I usually don't look up the dictionary. I always thought that parent means family, but I am trying to say Mary and Jasmine is family. From the beginning in Malta, I had to call her up for everything, including car scrapes in the middle of the night. You can see I can always find Mary when I had trouble. She's never turned me down. Jasmine's enthusiasm for Alfana is undeniable. He's always busy in the restaurant. He can bake pizza and he's a great cook. He makes the best spaghetti with seafood I've ever had. When we were about to return home in 2018, he asked me if I had any more wishes. I said to eat seafood pasta in Alfana. The next day when we went to the restaurant, he cooked it for us and I ate a huge plate. Jasmine always say I'm a problem woman, but I actually think I'm a lucky woman and he solves all my problems. I told him I'm going to get a drive license and buy a second-hand car. He started to help me find a car the next day, and he finished all the work for me from car selection and inspection to maintenance. I really can only drive and can't even park. The Bujuba where I live has a lot of tourists in summer and often takes a long time to find a parking space. The parking spaces are often narrow and need to test my skills. I often get off and ask for help. They are always help me enthusiastically. We wait on the side of the road while someone changes a tire and the tow truck changes oil in China. But in the West, we had to solve a lot of small problems by ourselves. In Malta, I didn't change the oil or the tire anyway. Any problems I had with the car were left there for Jasmine to solve for me. Jasmine would let me take Maya to the supermarket. Said someone on the news took their kids to the bathroom, changed their hair, and stole them. I can't even take Maya go to the bank. I knew he'd imagine the movies, so I picked Maya up when I finished shopping and things from supermarket or the bank. When Maya was a child, every time I asked Jasmine and Mary if Maya had a good night's sleep, they always said she slept through night after drinking milk, never said she's not good. At that time, I tried to take Maya to the church when I'm at work and let the nuns take care of her, but Maya was used to Mary care, was very uncomfortable. The social work Josephine said to me, you can only give Maya one love. The baby needs a family and they can give her more love. I thought Josephine was right, and I see everyone take care of Maya. Josephine always cared about Maya, and thank you so much. When Maya was 1.5 years old, still not speaking, they rushed to take her around to see doctors. The doctor kept saying everything was fine, but they kept asking around. Maya spoke at 2 and she was speaking Maltese and English at the same time, maybe because confusing what we were saying to her. They speak Maltese and English to her. I speak Chinese and English to her. I think she needs some time to distinguish between different languages. Maya actually had a great talent for languages, and now she's very good at Maltese English and speaks some Italian. I taught her a few natural rhymes in Chinese before, but since Maya spoke, my conversation with her is basically English because I have a little time with her. I need to share happy time with her instead of turning this precious time into Chinese training classes. I think she could learn Chinese whatever she wanted. Ryan is a very gentle boy. I met him when he was only 11. The first time I saw his smile, I felt very warm and lovely. He could milk Maya and sometimes help take care of Maya. He followed Mary to pick me up at the airport at 3 a.m. before. I saw the love in their eyes for Maya. the kindness and the sincerity. I couldn't do what they did to Maya, and I couldn't selfishly say I love my child and let my child lose that love. Instead, I need Maya to get more love. For Maya, born and raised in Malta and does not speak Chinese, study in China is not realistic. Look how I teach 2 years child. I can calculate addition and subtraction within 20 at the age of 3 and read tongue poetry. I went primary school when I was over 6 years old, a year earlier than others, reading Jin Yong's novels in grade 3. The 5th grade needs to recite all the provincial capitals in the country. My dad would sit next to me and read every night after he gave me my homework. Luckily, he worked 2 nights a week, which allowed me to get away play 2 nights. Read and write Chinese characters is very complicated. When I returned home, Maya was 7.5 years old. It's said there are 60-70 children in a class. We don't have international school in Liuzhou that time. The nearest international school should be Guangzhou, which is more than 500 kilometers away from us. It must be bad for children to see it once or twice a month. When we visited Malta in 2018, Maya started making up 2 math classes a week. I saw her using a calculator and told her she should do it by heart. She said the teacher taught her to use a calculator. Maya remembered the story I told her about Mid-Autumn Festival when she was 5 years old. It's a pity that Maya never had a mooncake. When Maya was 5, she couldn't count from 1 to 20 coherently. Mary told me the school too demanding. Children younger age shouldn't be taught such difficult math. Mary loves Maya too much, would not make any learning demands on Maya. There is a big difference between Eastern and Western basic education and educational concepts. In contrast, our education in basic knowledge is relatively early and very strict. There are even requirements for sitting posture in class. There should be continuity and consistency in education. I can't force Maya back and let her face difficulties alone because of my selfishness. I have to choose what's best for the baby because if it's too hard, it's gonna hurt Maya's confidence. I also use the same way of thinking for Jingjing and Xingxing. When I asked them whether they want to study in Malta or China, they said they hope to study in China, and I came back. In China, people who have never gone to school can quickly calculate and sell things in their heads. I used to do calculations in my head very fast when I did not use a computer. But now I cannot do arithmetic after using the calculator in my mobile phone. This shows arithmetic need to be practiced in our head, and the children should not rely on electronic products. When I said I want going back to stay with Jingjing and Xingxing, Jasmine and Mary said you could go where anyone needs you more. You could rest assured we can take care of Maya. I knew they would take care of Maya before leaving Malta. Mary and Jasmine, they support each other. Jasmine work outside, Mary take care of home. The family atmosphere is very good. Before I return home, I asked Jasmine to sign away my custody, but Jasmine told me, we are just take care of Maya. You will always be her mother. Thank you for giving me the last thought. In 2006, video was DVDs. Now it's hard to find devices to play DVDs. I can only use a DVD player to play, a cell phone to photograph. This is the picture we can get. The replay of the video brought me back to Malta, where many tears followed. Tears of pain and gratitude, and so much love, gratitude and laughter. These precious memories make me cry again. Thank you for this tackling it. Let me know even dreams can come true. That's why I have confidence to make videos. On that morning in October 2006, I was driving my red car as usual. I arrived at the gate of the Riviera Hotel. I had just parked my car when I heard heavy footsteps and saw two men running across the street, one holding a large device like a camera, another guy with a microphone. They were running towards me. I felt like it was a truck. They came close to me and asked if my name was Yun, and the next thing you know what happened. To this day, I feel like I was sleepwalking for a few days. My mind was out of my control. Once when I was running in the gym, a man took a camera to shoot at me. Later, he told me they were the staff of Germany television and were shooting advertisements. I ran hard and let them shoot for several minutes. One day was told me going back to China. I didn't believe it at all. I panicked and thought it was just a few minutes shooting plan. The cameraman Brian was very dedicated and very fast with his heavy camera, but I still haven't learned to use camera. Colin said no one translated the background music he found himself. Thank you for helping me remember the moment we were together. So far, I haven't showed the video to anyone in China, mainly because I feel ashamed of my performance. I feel a little different when I was sorting out the video and adding subtitles. I was so excited to see the lovely children and the Liu Zhou in 2006. After ignoring my stupid performance, I should not hide in this video and memory. As you know in the video, this is Lena's surprise for me. Mary and Lena, they don't know each other before, but they all helped me enthusiastically. Over the year, I have been used to Mary take care of me like a big sister. I have any problem, always go to ask her for help with Chick. Dina was also like a big sister next door. Her English accent is very nice, but she always waits for me to say my needs in broken English and will constantly communicate with me to practice English with me. Happy families are alike. Mary and Lena have a lot in common. Kind people are beautiful and gentle in character. Mary made a way in my life. Lena opened a door for my life. Because after experiencing them, bad people and bad things I met later, I don't think I have the right to complain. Because I have been close to angels. The best luck in life is just like this. I'm so sorry for Lena. She was no longer working in Riviera at that time, and I did not communicate with her or even thank her properly. Because this feeling too heavy, I feel I need to prepare a more perfect thank you ceremony. But I delayed it again and again. I did nothing until I returned to China. Lena, if you see this video, please call me. I hope you will come to China for a visit. I will accompany all the way and show you around our beautiful mountains and rivers, to eat our delicious food. Jasmine, Mary, Lena, and all the Maltese never tell me what I should do. Always ask me what do you need. And I always naturally turn to them for help when I need it. After the program, I became a Maltese celebrity. Many people will recognize me as the Chinese Yun. Once in Pujuba, an old lady held my hand in tears and said she wanted me to have a better life. I was moved by her kindness. In Malta it was like this. Many little things can make me moved and excited, but they always naturally treat me in the way of relatives. Now I'm writing, think of this, the tears come again. I flew home with Egypt Air in 2010. There was a gentleman on the plane who asked me if you are Yun. I said yes. He said watched my show. It's really nice and grateful to think that a lot of people in Malta will remember me. I know a lot of people because of the show. Every year they buy me ticket to come back as a translator after. I help them finish their work and then I can go home for a while before returning to Malta, so I can come back every year to see the kids. Maltese people are the kindest people I've ever met, at least from my side. I wouldn't be surprised if only one person helped me, but a group of people all like this, I know they are the same. They never complained that I was stupid enough to screw up everything, but always reached out to me and hugged me into their arms. In fact, I have never got this feeling. They let me know for the first time that I don't need to pretend to be strong. Sometimes I can act like a child or act impatience. They will unconditionally tolerate me. They give me enough security. Not only help me but also protect my self-esteem. They helped me but never tried to change me. They let me keep my own appearance and pace. What they give me may never be repaid. Their help brought me to this day, make my special life more magic. Now I can take every step firmly because I know they stand behind me, and they will to help me if I need. It feels so good to be safety. I also hope to tell people in another way, who have been confused and lost hope like me. Maybe hold on and ask the people for help. You will find a lot of good people around you. This paragraph is very confusing because it involves a lot of my feelings. I can't find exact words to express my thinking. The Chinese and English translation made me even more mad. It took more than 10 days to write and delete. I'm not very satisfied with the copy written now, but I can't wait any longer. Please ignore my incoherent speech.